In this video, I'm going to talk about that how you can test the inbound action through the automated test framework. And I'll talk about that how you can write a custom script in our ATF. So let's start one by one. To start with the inbound testing, you can go to the test and then you can create your new test case called inbound testing. So what happened during the inbound test? The inbound test, what is happening? Somebody sent a mail to the service now, right? So somebody sent a mail to the service now. Depending on the subject, depending on that caller or condition, it create either incident, problem, or whatever inbound it is there. So normally by default, whenever a email came to the ServiceNow instance or whenever we received a email into ServiceNow instance, it create an incident. Then once it is created incident, it open the incident and then we can see that the channel is normally the email, right? So that thing we are going to test that. So for that, what we are going to do that we are going to add a test steps called, we'll click the add test steps. And here you can see that there will be a call inbound. If you type call inbound, there are two type of inbound. One is called generate inbound email. Another is the generate reply email. So let's say that you received a email as a new fresh email, right? In that case, we can use this generate inbound email. And if you want to, if you received a email which is reply type of email, then you can use this generate inbound reply email. So our case, we are going to use the generate inbound email and then click next. Now, once you open that, there are few parameter. One first parameter is the form. So let's say that somebody like Rohit ABCD or whatever from like XYZ or Snow Expert at that something. So from wherever you are receiving, that should be the from. Two will be like to whom I am receiving. So normally it's have the service the instance URL, then subject and body. Based on this criteria or condition, inbound action decided that whether it needs to be created a incident or problem or anything. So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to say that called demo. So this is my two email address. Normally it is, it have like call ServiceNow URL. Now from URL, so from URL maybe call. This way it is going to be create a, or this is going to be received, we are going to receive a email from that external email. Now once we receive that, it takes some time. Let's say that it takes 5 seconds, 10-second time to process that inbound action, and then after that it generate a incident or maybe problem, right? So we had to wait for certain time. Maybe we had to wait for 5 seconds, we had to wait for 10 seconds, anything, right? For that, we can click that add test steps. And then here, if we search call wait, there are no such steps that can wait that, okay? For that, you can use your custom script. So what you can do, right? You can search call script here. And then here you can see that run server-side script. You can run some server-side script if you want. So using the some server-side script, we'll wait for the 10-second or 20-second, and then we will try to open the incident. So we'll select the run server-side script, click next. Now, this is, I'm just giving you an example, like you can wait for that some time, but if you want to do something like query to the particular table, create an incident, do that, whatever is scripting you want to do that, you can do anything here in this script section. So you can write any type of script here, ServiceNow script, any type of script here. As you can see the script console open, here you can write your script, like there are some sample example, like you can query to the SC task table with that some parameter, you can do that. And then finally, whatever is needed, you can do that, okay? So here under the script section, we can actually execute the script. For demonstration purpose, I have written some script. So this is the script that can wait for certain time. So this is going to be wait for 5 seconds. We'll increase that. So we can put here and then format that code. What it is doing, it is doing for loop every time it is waiting a second. So you can see this is using this framework. It can wait for a particular second, 1 second. So it is looping through and then waiting for that. So we'll increase that to 5 to 15 seconds. So we'll wait for 15 seconds. And after that, we will assume that this is going to be our inbound is processed and we are going to open the incident. Okay, so we'll submit that. So it is going to wait for 15 seconds. The next step is that we are going to open the existing record. Okay, so to open the existing record, we'll click the add test steps. Now this time we'll go here. We'll use that open existing incident. And then if I click the next button, so we need to define that which table we are going to open and then which record we want to open. So our case, the table name, generally I'm expecting that this is going to be create a incident record. So I'll put that table name called incident here. From where I can get that, under this inbound action, if you go to this your email sections, so you can see that these all are receipt type of email. This is normally generate a incident. So if you received a email, this is normally generate a incident. And that how we can get the incident number? Under the target, it have the sysID. So using that, we can get that. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. We'll go here, outbound record, and this is the pointing to the emails table. From here, we will find out the target. Where is the target? Target. Okay. So this way we are going to open the incident record. Okay. So here it will go and open the existing incident and then we'll add the steps. Now here we can check that field value validation. We can click that, next that. Now here we can put the condition. Our case, the condition is called channel. Channel should be called email. So normally whenever a incident will be created through that channel, the channel should be email here. Okay, and then submit that. So this way, now if you want to do other verification, you can do that. So first, what we did, we use the generate inbound email steps, where we generate an email and that will be stored under emails log. Then we run a script for waiting for certain time. Then we open the incident record. Then we validate that. Okay, so let's see that how it is behaving. So we'll go back to the emails log again. So this is the email log. Now if I run the test, let's see how it is behaving. So I'll just run the test here. First, it should generate a emails. Here, if I click there, it should generate a email. As you can see, it's generate a email called create incident from ATF. This is generate that. Recipient is this one. You can see that user is this one, and then it create an incident called 62. Let's see that is it opening the 62 incident or not in our client runner. So as you can see that our client runner opened the 62 here number. The channel is emails. It is set here, and then short description set as create incident from ATF. So this way you can actually validate your inbound email action testing through that ATF. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much.